This is the tale of two robins who were looking for somewhere to raise a family, and they spotted a pair of old boots outside the front door, and initially made their nest in the right-hand boot, where they laid 3 eggs and raised 3 chicks, who all fledged successfully. Then they decided to move into the left-hand boot and continue to build a nest there, and this time they laid 4 eggs. Then came the business of incubating, and Mr. Robin was very attentive, and he would come along every morning at 5 o'clock and give Mrs. Robin a snack, and then she would then set about getting the business of incubating. And so that was what she did for the next 13 days. She snuggled down, popped out for snacks, and eventually on day 13, 3 chicks hatched in the morning. We weren't sure about the fourth egg, because it took a long time. It was a late afternoon before it eventually hatched. But this was day 2, and they all looked quite healthy. We were very pleased. And then this was day 4, and obviously starting to get a few more feathers. They opened their eyes and when they're 5 days old. But then there was the business of feeding, and Mr. and Mrs. Robin were in and out, toing and froing all day long, up to 30 trips per hour, bringing all sorts of tasty morsels. Here was a spider, yummy yum. But then we just wondered how these little things could swallow the size of caterpillars they would bring in. This is day 5, so getting much, much better. Then day 7, got more feathers. Day 9, looking completely feathered. And this was day 13, the day before they fledged. And this was the day of the morning of the fledge. And we thought they were going to go quite early, but the day was pretty miserable. And it wasn't until 9:30 that the first chick stuck its little beak above the parapet, taking a look round and thinking, is this the wise decision? Anyway, I think with help from its siblings, it was shoved up onto the boot, and there it sat for a bit. It took quite a long time. Mum kept coming in and feeding the others, but ignoring the little chick who hopped into the corner. Eventually she came and did a bit of husbandry, and the little chick said, hang on, I want to come with you. Don't leave me here. Whoops, nearly fell off the perch. Wait, I'm coming. Be quick. Here, Mum. And it flew off. Then, eventually, not an hour later, but 4:30 in the afternoon, the second chick emerged from the boot. Again, having a look round and wondering what on earth was it doing. By now, it was quite horrible outside. It was raining, and we just thought, are they going to go and fledge in this weather? But this one just took off and went down and landed on the grass by the boots, and then ran off into the bush. Then number 3 came, this time another hour later. This was now 5:30 in the afternoon. Pretty grim. Then he or she launched himself off, and eventually, with some aid and encouragement from the robins, they eventually managed to persuade the last chick to emerge. But this time it was 6:30 in the evening, and we just wondered whether it was a wise decision or not. But anyway, this was life, and he looked around, or she looked around, and had a hop here and a hop there. Eventually hopped onto the edge of the boot, and then looked out and said, okay, hello world, here I come.